back to another episode of Adventures with Robin. This is my third and final report on rebounding, which I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. This may not be my last report. I'm probably going to put up other videos too in the future because I'm noticing so many changes from doing this that, if I feel the need, I will share those with you as well. So I want to reiterate what some of the benefits are of rebounding. I talked about it in my first video, but I went back and read some more information, and I just think it's important to share that information too, and hopefully bear with me, you will find it interesting too. So, like I talked about in the first video, rebounding is great for the lymphatic system. And if you're not sure what the lymphatic system does, boy, it is a very important system in our bodies. More important than I even realized. So, what does it do? It detoxifies the lymphatic system. So the lymphatic system is the metabolic garbage can of the body. It rids you of toxins such as dead and cancerous cells, nitrogenous waste, fat, infectious viruses, heavy metals, and other assorted junk cast off by the cells. So wow, the lymphatic system is doing a very important job in our bodies. So the movement performed in rebounding provides the stimulus for a free-flowing system that drains away those potential poisons. So the lymphatic system doesn't have its own pump, unlike the arterial system that has the heart as its pump. So by jumping on the rebounder, you're getting this pumping motion, and it's helping to rid your body of toxins. I talked about, I think it was week 1, that I was feeling a little under the weather for a couple of days and thought that I might be coming down with something, although, I really haven't had a cold or flu in about 6 years. So I was kind of surprised and didn't know what was going on, and then it occurred to me, I think I might be detoxing. So I'm confident that that was what was happening. So some of the other benefits. It circulates more oxygen to your tissues. It causes muscles to perform work in moving fluids through the body to lighten the heart's load, so it's good for your heart. It tones up the glandular system, especially the thyroid, to increase output. It improves coordination through the transmission of nerve impulses and responsiveness of muscle fibers. And I can start to tell that I'm feeling a little more coordinated, not quite as clumsy, and that's a result of rebounding. So, like I said before, it strengthens your heart. And this information, by the way, I'm going to put a link to this information in the description because there's so much more information than I can share in this video. But I just wanted to hit some of the high points. So it improves your heart by improving the tone and quality of the muscle itself, increases coordination of the fibers as they wring blood out of the heart during each beat. The aerobic effects while you're rebounding equals and often surpasses that of running. And unlike running, which is hard on your joints, rebounding is not hard. If you have a good quality rebounder, it actually improves the quality of your joints. And one thing, I have the app, as probably so many of you do, Couch to 5K. I can't tell you how many times I've started that program on that app and made it maybe through week 3, and my knees were just hurting so bad that I couldn't continue doing it. And so rebounding has not had any effect on my knees. I've been doing it for 10 minutes a day in the morning, and no effect. If anything, I'm feeling like my joints feel a little better, actually. So, yay. Okay, all right, let me read this part, and this is, I talked about this last week, and, we all do it. We're human. We eliminate. Fine. Let's read it. The gentle bounce of rebounding is effective in returning natural, regular bowel movements to chronically constipated people. Check and check. Oh, okay, so much more information. But this is the brochure that came with my Cellerciser. And this is David Hall's official brochure when you buy a Cellerciser. So there were some interesting points in here as well. I think I had mentioned this before, that he, after 8 years of using his, he had a physical from when he went to his doctor and had a physical, and he had grown an inch. He does nothing else but just use this. He is passionate about it, so passionate that he started a company and invented his own mini trampoline that he calls the Cellerciser. So, yeah, he grew an inch. And he also talks about how he doesn't do any weight training. Everything he does is just jumping and doing various exercises that you can do on here. Now, someone asked me if I would do a demonstration. No, not going to do it. You can find plenty of demonstrations on the internet. You know who you are. I looked at your site and you have all kinds of people jumping on trampolines. Don't know what that's about, but I'm not doing a demonstration. Thank you very much. But anyways, like I said, he doesn't do any other exercises except jump on the mini trampoline, and he got muscle definition, he got six-pack abs, and I can attest to some of the changes. I want to get to that I'm experiencing. So, the reason he called it a Cellerciser is because it actually it exercises your cells. It works on a cellular level. It says Cellerciser flexes all 75 trillion cells at the same time as you're jumping. The movement creates momentum, acceleration and deceleration creates pressure changes within the body, and an increased amount of weight against the cell membrane. At the bottom of the bounce, every cell in the body is stimulated, exercised, and strengthened. Every cell is exercised, including internal organs, veins, capillaries, bones, connective tissue, and skin. So people talk about their skin getting tighter, as women and men too sometimes. Cellulite, we get cellulite, and some of this is hereditary, but the Cellerciser is a very effective exercise for decreasing the appearance of cellulite. So he talks about how he grew an inch, and there's other great things in this brochure. Back to this book. Looking good, feeling great. All right. It's a little outdated, like I said before, but there is good information. In fact, she talks about like every area of your body that you may want to tone up and what exercises to do to accomplish that. There's a couple of things that I tabbed in here, that losing weight in the areas that you want, losing inches in the areas that you want. And she says that it's possible. Her name is Carol Kuhn-Truman. Okay, this is the book. And she says the reason for this wonderful phenomenon is very simple. Rebound exercise diminishes fat deposits while at the same time it tones and builds muscle. Okay, so then she talks about it's an area that a lot of women, especially as we get older, arms tend to get a little more flabby and whatnot. So yeah, there's exercises just by bouncing on it, maybe holding your arms up while you're bouncing, or doing jumping jack type exercises. Or she talks about doing rotations, small rotations, which I haven't done. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start adding that to my routine in the morning. But all of those are effective at tightening the arms. So, all right, I'm in week 3. What has happened? More than I expected, for sure. I really was not expecting to lose weight. I lost another 3 pounds this week. So 5 pounds total in 3 weeks. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm noticing things are getting tighter. You know, everything is my skin is feeling a little tighter as a result of doing this. I have so much more energy. It's amazing. I have energy in the morning. Instead of getting up in the morning and feeling like, I gotta go get my Cellerciser. I wake up, I'm like, okay, put on my workout clothes, drink my glass of water. I do a little visualization in the morning. Do that. Come in here, get it over with, watch Frasier on my Netflix, laugh, bounce, 10 minutes. That's all. That's all. And it's making some amazing changes. So I can't recommend this enough. Again, if you're thinking of doing this, and especially if you have neck or back challenges, speak to a doctor, do your research. But I do definitely recommend it. It's a full body exercise, and not only is it good for muscle toning and, you know, stimulating your metabolism, but there's all these other effective things that it does, like what I was talking about, the lymphatic system. So great exercise. Let's see, was there one? I think there was one more thing I was going to share. Let me see if I can find the paperwork here. I'm going to put a link to this article too. This is by David Scrivens, certified lymphologist. So this is from Wellbeing Journal. And he talks about without adequate movement, the cells are left stewing in their own waste products, starving for nutrients, and this contributes to arthritis, cancer, and other degenerative diseases. But in bouncing on a mini trampoline, it is reported to increase lymph flow by 15 to 30 times. Also, bones become stronger with exercise. And he talks about why the vertical movement of this Cellerciser or mini trampoline is more effective than running or jogging. He says that the vertical motion workouts are much different and more beneficial and efficient than jogging or running. And the reason is the main lymph vessels run up the legs, up the arms, up the torso, and this is why the vertical up and down movements of rebounding is so effective as a pump to the lymph. So he has a lot of good information in here too, that it's gentle on the joints, and he says that 20 minutes of rebounding equals 1 hour of running for cardiovascular workout. So I'm doing 10 minutes at this point. I'm gonna stay with 10 minutes just because, you know, life is busy and I don't need any additional stressors of trying to make myself do longer stints on the rebounder. But I'm getting a lot of results just from the 10 minutes. So I'm gonna stick with that. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this little series I did. And like I said, I'll probably do an update in the future just to report any additional results that I'm getting. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.